Hi everybody, and welcome once again to this edition of the Spartan Sports Report here on TV3. As you can see, Sam and I have been invaded by a group from CHS. Sam, who's with us?
Well, we got the senior softball players and their coaches. I'm just glad they didn't bring their bats since they're sitting behind us.
That's right. That's a good point. Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
Head coach Steve Rubel and Mrs. Rubel. So glad to have you both and your kids too.
Yeah, welcome everybody to CHS and to the show here today. Steve, would you like to introduce the girls or have them introduce themselves? We can go down the list.
Sure. Back here we got Sydney Duncan.
Okay.
Right behind me we got Shelby Wofsky. And right here we got Kindred Conley. And here we got Bailey Spurlock. And over here we got Sarah Rubel.
Sounds good.
Yes.
And you guys are getting ready for a busy season coming up shortly?
Yes. We got scrimmage game the 23rd of this month, and then first game's April 3rd.
And who do that with?
First game, scrimmage game is against Centerville, then we got Newcastle at home on April 3rd.
How many games do you play?
Between 26 and 28.
You don't have a whole lot of time for other things, do you?
No.
Sam?
That's a lot of games in a pretty compressed period of time. It goes through what, end of May?
Yep.
Yeah. So, great. What are we looking for this year? What's the team look like? I know you're just having tryouts, but you got these 5 seniors. Got a lot of experience coming back.
Absolutely. I expect these girls to anchor us, and they're going to carry us a long ways. They've been playing together for a long time, and we got a bunch of other good girls, so we should be pretty good.
Pretty tough schedule. Our conference is pretty tough, and
yes. As you can see, they're wearing their conference shirts last year. They're pretty proud of them. We went undefeated last year in conference, so I look for the same thing this year. So East Central is going to be tough. Beat them twice in a row again. They're going to have a pretty good little pitcher. So if we can beat them twice, Lawrenceburg's probably going to be good. Franklin County's probably going to be there. So
you play a home and home then?
Yes.
Each one.
Yep. Some of them's a double hitter, like Greensburg is a double hitter. We'll be there, but when we play, it'll be home and away. So they'll be home one game and then we'll be home the next. Okay. But it's both games are at Greensburg.
Okay. Somehow Greensburg ends up with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they was here last year.
Excuse me. What was your record, Steve?
25 and 24 and 5 maybe. 23 and 5. 23 and 5 last year.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. High percentage.
Yeah. We lost 4 games this year that we needed to lose, and we added 3, looking for one more to replace them. So we added some pretty good competition, so it'll make us better.
Yeah, talk about that. Other than your conference teams, what I know you mentioned Newcastle's first regular season game. Who else?
We'll have New Pal, and they've won state championships everywhere. We'll have Lawrence North. We've never played them. We'll see how they are. We picked up Yorktown. They're pretty tough. Who else we got, girls? Shelbyville.
Pendleton.
You know, they had a girl that just went to Kentucky, and another one this year. She's a senior. She's going to Mississippi State. They're pretty tough. Who else we got? Pendleton Heights. They're pretty tough. They'll be here this year, so we went there last year during the rain. Yeah.
So it's my thinking that when you play tough teams, that just makes you that much tougher. Steel sharpens steel.
Yes, for sure.
So yeah, that's great to hear that you beefed up the schedule. Sounds like.
Yeah.
And our conference is no piece of cake either.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah.
How about the facilities at CHS?
Are pretty good.
Okay.
They just had we just got the other field ready, so we didn't have that last year. So we got 4 teams, 2 high school teams and 2 middle school teams, trying to share one field. So now this year we got 2, so that's going to help out a lot.
Well, that had to be a scheduling nightmare.
Yeah, it was a challenge. Yeah.
What are these gals? Are they all veterans? Have they come up through the ranks, have they?
Yeah, they have. They started when they was about that tall. I've known most of them, coached most of them when they was that little, so it's pretty exciting.
What about other sports you guys take part of?
Basketball and golf.
Okay.
Bailey?
Just softball.
Just softball?
Yeah.
Kendrick?
Just softball.
Shelby?
I used to play volleyball, but now I just play softball.
I played basketball 3 years and then softball for 4.
Sounds like your teams win because of the experience.
Yes.
Who pitches? One of you guys pitch? Or anything?
Two of them.
The two quiet ones back there.
Okay.
Are they quiet on the field?
No.
Pretend you're on the field.
Maybe don't say that.
We've got a good crew here, and I know you're looking forward to a big, happy, and long season. And what about postseason? Who are you looking forward to not meeting?
Don't care.
Okay.
I assume it'll probably be Franklin County or Lawrenceburg, maybe South Dearborn, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Frank County, I would like another chance of them. They got us last year, so we're ready for them. So
So is softball schedule for sectional, is that like the basketball schedule? I mean, same teams, basically
Yes.
our conference minus East Central.
yep.
So
The good thing about it is our sectional's at home this year,
that's good.
so
That's good.
we'll get the home crowd.
That's
and-
great, yeah.
But when you get out of that, that's when there's some distance possibly. That's
Yeah.
what was
Couple
it?
hours
a few
away.
hours, a few a few years ago we had Charlestown or somebody up here or somebody from down there, Silver Creek.
Silver Creek.
Creek, which is they're all down there together in the greater Louisville area. So
Yes,
so we'd rather them come here than we have to go down there.
that would be nice.
Steve, how long have you been the coach?
Oh, this is my 4th year.
Okay. And what about down in the lower grades, middle school? Have you got a good program down there?
We do. So we've had varsity and JV at high school, and then the last couple of years we've had 2 in middle school,
Okay.
7th and 8th grade. Or
Gives you a good farm system to
Yes.
look for 'em. Have these guys come up through the ranks like that?
I think so. You both played. Everybody played middle school, right? I think so. Yep.
Who do you have coaching down there for you?
Oh, we got Dusty Selby, be the 8th grade coach, and then we got Bob Kemp and Blaze Escobar
Okay,
for the
so
7th grade.
you got some good help.
We do. Real good help.
And where do they play their games?
If they'll be out to high school on the varsity field if no one's playing, or they might even have a few games down at the Babe Ruth field.
Okay. You play 7 innings?
We do.
Okay. So,
So do they still have girls softball elementary down at the Babe Ruth Field,
They do. And the Parks League, yes.
Parks League? Yeah. So that generates interest when they're
Right.
real young.
So we did that. They got that, and we actually put on a league during June and July after high school's done. The girls actually come out and help, and we'll actually do a league too for the youth.
I'm sure that when you get the younger ones out there, that they really look up to
They
these
do.
high school girls and
Yes, and they enjoy
want
it
to be
too.
like them.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of weight on your shoulders. Set the example.
Yep.
what's
So-
an interesting? Go ahead, Sam.
I was just going to ask Ashley if they ever let her talk.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
okay. They can talk. I'm not a big talker.
what's your role in this?
I'm the assistant coach.
Okay. And you take all the heat when things don't go right? Is that what it is?
No. He does most of it. I'm like I usually just say, "Good job, girl." Try to keep it positive.
She keeps them in line. I mean, she keeps me in line. There's a lot of things that I don't do. I mean, she just keeps me in line. Plus, the girls relate to her a lot,
So
probably better than me.
we can
since
credit
she's a
her
former-
with a lot of victories.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of you.
And it's important to have somebody that keeps them focused and Next batter up, whoever's on deck, make sure that they're there, and I'm sure that's a big part of
Right. Yep.
what you. I did that at Babe Ruth League one time. I didn't know anything about baseball, but I couldn't manage to getting the players to the field and where they're supposed to be. So who else helps you at the high school level?
We'll have Mike Brock with us with varsity, and then the 2 JV coaches. We got Jason McHenry and Jared Glob, and they've been there the same long 4 years too. So and they do a really good job.
Yeah, and it's important to keep that
Yeah.
together so everybody's on the same page.
Yes. Yeah, they do a really good job. Take a lot of weight off of us. So.
Some of these folks coach at first and third, or
Yes, so we'll coach the first and third, and then Jason and Jared will coach JV first and third.
okay, that's good. Yeah. You guys get along okay with the umpires?
We try to.
Okay, try to be friendly with the umpires.
Yeah, you gotta work them a little
That's
bit.
right.
How many umpires do they use in
2,
softball?
and then in the tournament sometimes they'll get 3. If you get farther in the tournament, I believe they use 3.
That's fine as long as they're used to working threes.
Yeah,
I've seen instances where they're not.
out of
and-
position. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get to tournament, they pick the best to do those.
They do, and for the most part, I mean, the umpires do a pretty good job. So
Well, it's a tough job, and,
Yes.
and a lot of people aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And I know it's fun. It's fun to give them heck, but sometimes maybe that's not the thing to do. 'Cause
Right.
You scare other people away.
yeah.
But then sometimes you got to hold your ground too, right, Coach?
Yes. You got to defend your team. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big job because you're starting now on the season and it runs into June. So,
Our last game will be June 13th.
okay.
That's the state championship.
That's
We
that's
expect
what I
to
like
see you
hear.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do they play that? At
Purdue.
Purdue. Okay.
Yep.
So that's a good opportunity to travel a little bit, but
Right.
not too bad.
Right.
Who's the defending champion?
Oh. Who did win it last year?
South Bend. Was it South Bend?
Maybe it was South Bend.
I don't remember. I remember
don't
seeing the
remember either.
games.
And since they've gone to class, it's hard to remember all of them.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And we play in 3A, right?
We do.
Okay. But
So what about batting for these girls, these seniors? They're pretty good batters. You guys, speak up here.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a whole, yeah.
Yeah. So what's a good batting average for softball?
300.
300, about. Yeah. About like any of those games where you run the bases. We won't talk about the other game that the guys play, whatever that's called.
300, and I'm pretty sure all 5 of these girls are 400 or more better.
Well, that's
So,
yeah. Well, that's why they're conference champs from last year.
yes. Yes. Pretty good on defense, too. I really love the defense side of it. So, they're really good on defense. Great pitching, and, great. You got your shortstop, third base, and outfield. They're all pretty tough. So,
Yeah, defense win you ball games,
yes.
no matter the sport. And you got to be pretty quick though out there to play that good defense.
Yeah.
So quick on your feet.
They're not afraid to get dirty, too. So.
softball is larger than the baseball, but it's still pretty hard to hit, isn't it? The softball.
When you got pitchers like this, it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good. Put a fright into the opponent. Do it?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to hit a batter every once in a while.
Okay. I was going to ask you about the brushback. To see what happens. So, you guys ever come away with some bruises from the opponent?
Yeah.
It happens.
Every game. Like a lot.
Well, they fixed our field. I'll bring it up. So last year, our field was like playing on concrete. We had a hard time getting new dirt put on. We finally got it. So now they're really excited about being able to slide and stuff without tearing something up.
So you guys, this field is close to the football field?
It is.
Okay. Just north of it? Is
Yes.
it? Okay. And there's a press box out there, I think.
Yes.
And it's a nice looking facility.
It is. It's very nice.
Got lights.
We do got lights. Yep.
That's fairly new, though, isn't it? That,
3, 4. Did you have lights when you played?
I don't think so.
No, so probably 3 or 4 years.
makes a big difference that you don't have to cut a game short or come back another day. Or
I would like to add some Friday night games and play them under the lights. That would be pretty cool. So,
yeah, that'd be fun. This town turns out pretty good
It
for things on
Yes.
Saturday or on Friday night.
They do.
Friday night more so than Saturday night.
Connorsville's awesome when it comes to fan support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to talk about Spartan Nation, and,
Yeah.
and of course everybody's familiar with the basketball teams, but I think we got pretty good support all around.
All around, yep. Yep.
It's
Well,
great.
Steve, excuse me, to host a tournament, you have to have the lights, don't you? I mean,
I believe so.
I would think the ISSA
Well,
would.
no, they hosted the sectional like 2016, 2017, and they didn't have lights.
Oh, I'm a little surprised. I think the HSA
They
would
might have
require
changed that. I think you're right, though.
because of the possibility of a night game and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But,
That'll help with our JV and varsity double hitters. We'll have several games where the JV will play after us. So in basketball, JV
Sure.
plays first. In softball, they actually play
okay.
second. So they won't start till 7:30.
And that's probably designed to make sure that when they didn't have lights, that that you got your varsity game
Yes.
in, and if you had to cut something short, then it'd be the JV.
Correct. Yeah.
So what's your JV look like? They're gonna.
I'm pretty excited about them too. We got a couple young pitchers that's really going to help them, and we got just several young players that's really going to. They're going to be hard to handle too, I believe.
Well, with 5 seniors, there's going to be room for some of them next year, and
Yep.
so this is the year to impress the coach, I guess.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
is it difficult choosing your players, Steve?
It is. This year is going to be a real challenge for us because we got. I bet you we're going to have over 30 for tryouts tonight, and we normally only keep 28. That's the only we only got 28 uniforms. So,
Okay.
and then picking varsity and JV, we'll probably have girls bouncing back and forth just based on how they're playing because the talent is there. We're loaded with talent.
How many innings can they play? I'm sure there's a limit on pitching, and then are they limited at all during the week as far as?
So all the girls get to play 26 games and a tournament.
Okay.
So if they're playing a JV game, then that counts towards their 26.
Okay.
They do have a rule where the pitcher, if JV, there's a lot of teams out there where they don't have pitching, so some of the varsity pitchers will go down and help out. They can pitch in 5 games and it don't count against them towards their 26 games.
Okay.
So, but they can't bat, they can't play anything else other than pitch.
It's interesting. You see any new rules coming along?
Ooh, not. That rule just started last year, so that was
Okay.
a big rule.
Well, maybe they have rule changes out of their system for a while now, so we won't have to worry about that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we hear about pitch count. I didn't know if you had.
There is not one in softball.
Just amazes me watching the pitching, that wind up and how you guys can control that.
Yeah.
To me that's some real skill.
Yeah. They can put pretty good zip on it too. I mean they're right around 60 mile an hour, and which is equivalent to like a 90 mile an hour in baseball.
Right, with the size and the weight of the ball. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Steve, everybody that comes out, do they make the team?
No. So last year we only had 25 come out, I think, and then 25, 26. And then the year before that, we had 30 some. So we did cut a couple years ago.
Okay, that's a tough job
Yeah.
a coach has, isn't it? To talk to a youngster and say, I'm sorry that you don't make the team.
You're right. Well, you just got to try to encourage them. I mean,
Sure.
that way they'll come back the next year.
And point out to them what you feel they did wrong and they can improve. And as you say, the next year they'll be on the team.
Yep. We did have one girl that didn't make the team, and then the next following year she came to every winter workout.
Uh-huh.
So I was pretty proud of her for that.
Sure. So what's a winter workout consist of for a softball player?
So we'll do weights and conditioning 2 days a week,
Okay.
and then starting in we start that in November. Then starting in December, we'll still do the 2 days a week for weights, but then we do 2 days a week where we can get our bats and toys and whatever out and do.
So that keeps you busy almost year round
Yes.
with the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it's good to know that you got a handle on this thing and you know what it takes to develop these young ladies.
Well, I'm always learning. So
Do you have postseason play like camp in the summer for after the season's over? Any leagues or anything that you?
for the high school girls,
Yes.
we do not. Our postseason, our league is more based on the youth.
Okay.
There is a lot of the girls that actually play in high school. They actually play the travel ball.
Okay.
So there's a lot of girls that continue that. So we will try to do camps and stuff like that, but that's
For the younger.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. Well, that's an opportunity. That travel ball is an opportunity for them to keep playing and hone
If
their
they want
skills.
to, yeah.
Yeah, if they want to. Of course, maybe you can get burnt out too
You can.
if you make it too much year round.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the ones that play other sports, that's important too, because I know that college coaches, when they come to watch high schoolers, they like it when they play more than
Multiple
one sport.
sports, yep.
Multiple sport shows that their diversity.
Yep.
You guys are seniors. What are your plans for after high school? College will be where?
I'm still deciding, but I think I'm gonna go to nursing school.
Okay.
I'll be going to Ivy Tech in Richmond.
Close home. That's good.
What do you, I'm an Ivy Tech grad. What are you going to study there?
Radiology. I'm
Very
gonna go
good.
to Reed.
Uh-huh.
And do the
Great.
program.
They play softball up there?
I'm not sure.
You're going to check that out, though, aren't you?
Maybe, yeah.
I would think so. Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Who else is back there to tell us what their plans are?
I'm gonna start my apprenticeship in electricity and earn my master's.
I like that. Very good. We need people that can do those kinds of things. People that can work with their hands and their brain.
I'm gonna be going to Ohio Wesleyan University, and I'm gonna be studying biochemistry to become a veterinarian.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah.
I plan to go to Ball State, major in speech pathology and audiology.
That's some pretty good variety there, Fran.
Some pretty good goals and
yes, they
everything.
are.
I'm sure they'll all reach them and everything.
Oh yeah.
That's
Young
great.
ladies that we may depend on someday for ourselves,
That's for sure. Right. Right. Yeah.
especially in that medical field.
Yeah, it's a good field. Right.
Yeah. Yep. Sure is.
There's always people getting hurt.
That's for sure. You're right. Yeah.
That's right.
But season's right around the corner. I know you're anxious and everything, and having your tryouts this evening. How many girls you expect to show?
30 or more.
Okay.
That's what we're kind of.
Do these gals have to try out?
They do.
Okay. I was wondering if they were exempt or not.
So they're actually not on the team just yet.
Okay. So you hear that, do you?
Yeah. Better show them what you got.
Well, it's a great sport, and I hope you guys continue on and participate in softball when you go to college. That'd be great if you could and want to and everything. But keep them sharp, right?
Yes. Yes. They're already sharp. We just got to fine tune them a little bit, knock the rust off of them.
They used to have adult leagues around here. Do they have that anymore?
I believe so. I've seen a few church league, I think they call it.
Church league.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe maybe that might even be co-ed. So.
Might be.
Yeah.
Might be. I just wonder about them losing their religion when they're playing.
It happens. Yes. We might do that sometimes at our high school game.
Steve, what's your experience in playing ball?
As far as growing up, a little bit of everything. I love basketball. I'm from Indiana. You got to love basketball. So.
Right, we won't let you in if you
You're
don't.
right, yeah. So basketball and baseball.
Okay.
I never was much into the football. A little bit of wrestling growing up. So.
Well, you have a good experience as
Yes.
far as playing and at least in coaching, doesn't it?
Yeah. I love it. I fell in love with it several years ago and just stuck with it.
Well, that's great. I know these gals appreciate you being their leader and everything and working with them. That's good. That's good.
What's your experience, Ash?
With sports, yeah. In middle school, I did basketball, swimming, and volleyball, and I've done softball ever since I was little. Yeah.
So now you still get to be part of it.
Yes, I'm very excited about that too.
Good. That's great.
She was a pitcher, so her main focus is the pitchers and catchers. So she does a really good job as a pitcher, and we got two really good ones. You got to have it up here, not just your arm. You got to have it up here, and they do a really good job. Ash does a really good job making sure they stay focused on what they need to stay focused on.
A lot of concentration
Yes.
with that, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yes. More so than probably any other position. I mean, they really got to, have a good mind. So.
Any southpaws on the team?
We do not. I think we got maybe in JV we might have
Okay.
a couple,
I
but
was just wondering if we did or not. If that
we got
was,
some coming up. But no, we don't have.
Okay, that's great. It's good to know that these gals have good backgrounds and they enjoyed playing with you, everything.
Pretty good students, all of them have to be with what they're wanting to go into.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say most of them pretty close to 4.0. 3.8, 4.0.
That's great. Because it says that they are student athletes, which means you're a student first.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Are you young ladies a little bit sad to see the season coming to an end, and that means graduation?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I would think so. You'll get over it though, and go to college and make new friends, and forget all about our TV show. And
At least now they'll be able to go back and rewatch it when they get older, right?
That's right.
okay, there you go. And, so what are you expecting from the young people that show up today for your tryouts? You put them through their paces, and how long will they be doing this?
2 to 2.5 hours.
Wow.
After we got it all planned out. We're hoping to get it done in 2 hours, but there's some of the drills that's probably going to take a little bit longer.
Okay.
But then they'll go into tomorrow too. We'll have a 2-day tryout.
Your assistants help you?
Oh yeah, they do most of the work.
Okay. Well, it's good to have good assistants, isn't it?
So do they take notes while this is going on?
Yeah, we'll have like a score sheet.
Yeah.
They'll write down, judging how they field a ground ball, probably their arm strength, how they hit the ball, how they outfield, how they catch the ball, their speed. We'll time them from, home to first, and then a couple of other scenarios we'll time them. So we'll get the radar gun out, see how fast they are with their arm, run them through.
A lot goes into it. Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to thank you gals for showing up, and Steve and everything, bringing all your seniors with you and everything. And
Well, thanks for having me. Having us.
We appreciate very much, and the best of luck on this season, and win a lot of games.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Make us proud.
Thanks everybody for watching this edition of the Spartan Sports Report here on TV3. Have a nice evening.